97 WABC.
Time I hear the song, I think of Rodney Dangerfield. I don't know why, but I do. 7:43 on your Tuesday morning. This is the time we put aside every week for the most popular segment on the Bernie and Sid in the Morning Show, and that is our friend, the great Bo Dietl, and we'll talk about his podcast, which does really well every single week. But I couldn't think of a better day for you to be on with Bernard and I here, Bo, in that the story that comes out today, I know you like the Brooklyn Borough President, Eric Adams, a lot. What are your thoughts on the Brooklyn DA Gonzalez and his stance on crime, which is basically, unless you do something really, really rough, and even then it's up for a debate, go home.
Well, you want to know something? The first person that is assaulted, robbed, raped or something, and this Eric Gonzalez releases that person, and they get him out on the street, and when they come back and they go after that witness and they either assault or murder that witness, I would love to get a piece of that lawsuit against Eric Gonzalez. Is this man smoking? I guess the pot is legal in Brooklyn. This guy's got to be smoking pot.
Is something, or he's eating catnip, or whatever is legal.
Society has regurgitated. This is a perfect example. What's going on in our schools? My daughter teaches in the South Bronx there. You got disruptive kid. My daughter's teaching 33 people up the South Bronx. One disrupted kid you can't remove from the classroom.
That's de Blasio's policy.
And the problem is the other kids that want to learn.
Right.
Now we come to the billion-dollar lady, the first lady. All of a sudden she's running around to senior citizens. That's not our problem in New York, senior citizens. When you're 85 years old, sure you're going to be depressed. I'm worried about the people walking on the street, the mental health, the psychos, the one that's going to affect people. That's where this money should be going. She doesn't know what the hell. What's this newest thing she's talking about? She's got, what do they call that? She's got certain levels or some kind of nonsense of what she's doing with this money. I'll tell you what she's doing with this money. I want an investigation by the Attorney General to find out. What they do is they put these nonprofits in there. They all stand there. They get money. The $250,000, $300,000 nonprofits, heads of these nonprofits. I want to know where they're being funneled to. Right now, there's a lot of money missing. We got to help mental health. And
then one stat, Bo, the Asians, that population in this city, they have the highest rate of suicide.
And they get nothing.
Not a nickel. Not a nickel.
Here's what I got to say to Charlene de Blasio. You're spending $1 billion. We got to get the people, mental health people, off the streets that are going to harm people. And we got to get the kids in the classroom who suffer from mental health to be able to get them out of the classroom so the other 33 can learn, the other 33 kids that want to learn. And then we should utilize this money with special classrooms where you can put these disturbed kids in there where you get help, counseling, because you can't leave them in a classroom when they walk around spitting, telling the teacher where to go and making a spectacle, and they can't remove them. This is the problem, Big Bird. You see him flying, and they call him Big Bird down in Charlotte?
To an R. Kelly song.
Right.
That was pretty bad. He's actually very upset this morning because the NYPD shut down a street last weekend to play their annual flag football game.
This is so important.
Is that unbelievable, Bo?
This is so important that Big Bird de Blasio, his wife ripping off the city for billions. He's a moron. He wants to be president. You know he could be president of the latrine over here. Not be president of the bathroom. This guy's a disgrace. He wants to be president?
Yeah.
He's a disgrace. And I'm going to tell you something.
It's laughable. He's just distracting. I don't know what he's doing.
Mental health is a serious issue. And a lot of the people you see in Penn Station walking the streets suffer from mental illness. We got to help them, take them off the street, get them into facilities. I could spend that $1 billion. And the big thing is, when I got young kids, black and Hispanic kids that want to learn, and you got disrupted child in that classroom who suffers from a mental health issue, I'll show them how to use it. Then you should have classrooms where you have counselors to try to help these kids. By leaving them in the classroom, disrupting the classroom of 33 kids is a disgrace, and Big Bird doesn't have a clue. And New York State should come in here and take over the school system because this guy's a moron. There's only one silver lining.
Really?
And his name is Corey Johnson.
You like this guy.
City
council speaker.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You see how tough he is? He's starting to make moves on all these issues. Very smart guy, Corey Johnson. Remember that name, Corey Johnson, because this guy, all of a sudden, he goes up against de Blasio's wife, pissing away this money.
Yeah.
He's going to deal with the school issue. Corey Johnson. I'm telling you something.
That's right.
I don't like too many people, but I like this
Well,
guy.
don't forget, by the way, that Corey Johnson is still your public advocate. We know Jumaane Williams won that election a couple of weeks ago, but doesn't take office until a couple of weeks. So I believe Corey Johnson is still the public advocate, right?
Well,
he's in place right now. I believe that's
he's
the case.
The city council president.
Well, he's got
now.
that too.
Well, but if he's got both stamp of approval, then he should have yours.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you something. I don't want to say anything about it, but so there's moves being made because I love this city. I ain't running for nothing. I'll never will, but I got to make moves. I got to make moves to make this city better. And one move I'm going to make is to help the educational system with mental health and also the people on the streets with the mental health issue. Look, we all got moms and dads. People are 80, 85 years old in these senior homes. Yeah, they got issues. Certainly they got issues, but they're not issues that are going to affect other children. They're not affect crime on the streets.
Right.
These are the main mental issues this woman should be dealing. First of all, she shouldn't even be involved. She doesn't even have a clue. Duh. Yeah. What did she ever do besides changing the diapers on Big Bird? And another guy, that Samuel Jackson, shut the hell up, Samuel Jackson.
What is the story with Samuel Jackson?
You know, he just cursing
about President Trump.
Yeah, just shut up. First of all, you're a second-rate actor. Your big claim to fame. What was he? He was a
Pulp
good fellow.
Fiction. He was very good.
Was he good fellow?
Yeah,
he got shot.
Right.
Yeah, that should have been. I don't want to say anything, but you know what? He's a second-rate actor. You know what he is? He's the guy. Don't come into my planet. Come on, give me a break.
Well,
you know Denzel Washington, Samuel Jackson.
No.
Denzel Washington is a true great black actor, and you suck.
60 seconds. We got to run here, Bo Dietl.
Yes.
Yesterday, Bernie and I had live in studio Johnny Russo.
Oh, Gianni.
Yes, he played Carlo in The Godfather. He claims that he was involved.
He banged
in
everybody. He banged
Monroe,
Elizabeth Teller,
Monroe, Liza Minnelli.
He's my friend 40 years.
Probably Marlon Brando,
right,
too.
I figured you were friends with him. Are you friends with him?
I know him very well. They get a nicely. I got to tell you something. It's going to be, if it becomes a movie, it'd be a great movie because what he touches upon, if 1/10 of it's true,
that's what I
it's
say.
Exciting.
That's right.
And let's face The Godfather. Godfather was based on different things, things blended in together. Even with Goodfellas, when Goodfellas came out, it was going to be filmed in Canada. But then when you get these actors, look at the great story, The Irishman. Yeah, they filter in different things. You make an entertaining movie. And speaking of entertaining movie, did you guys see that space thing, the first one? The space movie?
Space Odyssey?
No, the one that just came out. It was up for Academy Award for certain things.
Did not see it.
It was the one about the Apollo 11 landing.
Right.
See that movie.
Right.
What a great movie.
Well, I didn't see that, but I did take your word for it this weekend, and I watched Green Book, and it was absolutely amazing.
And that actor should have won Best
Viggo
Actor.
Mortensen should have beaten Rami Malek. Not even close.
The other guy, Rodney Malek, he was okay.
He looked like Freddie Mercury. That's it. There was no depth to his character, none. You're right. Viggo was amazing. He should have won.
Malek looks like you're head of your station. Chad Lopez.
He's a small man.
Like a bug-eyed
small
Chad
in stature,
Lopez.
but big in heart.
Yes, he is.
But I'm going to tell you,
and spirit.
We got issues here in New York a lot more important than cops playing a football game, so they wanted some parking.
We're going bankrupt. They're spending money
and then they made the Blasey come up. This won't happen again. I told O'Neill, you know what O'Neill should say? Kiss my loving butt there, Big Bird.
I like it.
I want to know where all the money is. I want to know what Charlene did with all that money.
The inmates are running the asylum, Bo.
Handcuffs fit on you too, baby.
All right, listen, quickly, before we run, where could people find out an amazing performance today? Where could they find your podcast every week?
One Tough Podcast, and it's on your network. What's it called?
The OG Podcast Network.
Right, or iTunes, or Dicktunes, or all of it.
I like it.
Bo Dietl, great job as always. We're coming right back. Bernie and Sid on a Tuesday. Thank you both.